Hi, I'm Chelsea, the Christian nutritionist. Today I want to share with you why you do not need to be afraid to include saturated fat into your diet. There's a lot of confusion and controversy and misinformation out there, a lot of which comes from quote unquote credible sources. And so when something like this happens, I like to take it to the most credible source, the creator of our body and the creator of the perfect food for our bodies. So when it comes to saturated fat, there's two major things we need to keep in mind. The first is that our body actually uses saturated fat to make hormones, our brain uses saturated fat, and saturated fat helps comprise the structure of our cellular membrane. The other thing that we need to keep in mind about saturated fats is that they come from both plant and animal sources. In Genesis 1:29, God gives us plant foods. In Genesis 9:3, he gives us animal foods. Now, the most common and popular source these days of saturated fat from plant food is coconut oil. And then on the animal side, we can find saturated fat in certain cuts of meat and most commonly in dairy products like butter and cheese and yogurt and milk. And while I'm on dairy, please keep in mind that God did not make cows with low-fat udders. There's not a skim udder. There's not a 2% udder. It comes out full fat and whole, and it's designed that way for a reason. Now, a lot of people are worried that saturated fat will give them heart disease, but I would have you consider all of the sugar and processed foods that you're eating before I'd have you worry about foods that grow in nature. When we're worried about what to eat and we're confused about what to eat, we have to pull out our godly compass and remember that God is and always will be our master nutritionist. I hope you enjoyed this sermon on the couch. Have a healthy and blessed week.